we are here making our small batch chili recipe today. This is a great chili recipe for 2 people. I know at my house we only have 2 of us, so sometimes we have way too much chili left over. So this is a great recipe. It's a small batch recipe that you'll be making in class. I'm going to start by cooking my ground beef. So I have a 1/4 pound of ground beef. I'm going to add that to my preheated pan. And you can use all kinds of different proteins. That is the whole goal today, is for you to try different proteins. So if you take a look at the label on your beef package, it's going to show you a percentage of lean to fat. And that's how you can choose what beef you want to buy at the grocery store. There is 93.7, so that's very lean meat. There's also 80-20, 73-27, and those are all just examples of lean to fat ratio. If you want a little more flavor, the more percentage of fat is going to be more flavorful. If you want to do something a little more lean and not incorporate too much fat, you can do something like 93.7. Other proteins you could use, you could just do beans with your chili. And that would be a great way to incorporate a variety of beans to get that protein still. You could also do Impossible beef, which is plant-based. You could do ground turkey or ground chicken, also really great and lean proteins. You could also do ground pork, so lots of different options for you. I'm going to preheat my pan right here. So I'm cooking down my ground beef. You guys practiced this a couple weeks ago with the taco potatoes. Over here I'm going to practice my knife cuts. I have my cutting board secured, and I'm going to do a 1/4 of an onion. I'm going to dice that. So I'll peel back the first layer. I have the root still attached right here to kind of help me stabilize a bit. I'm going to tuck my fingertips in and slice my onion while moving my fingers back. And then I'm going to kind of line them up back again and start my dicing. So for this recipe, we're just going to do some diced onion and garlic. You could also add green pepper or red pepper, whatever veggies you like. This is a great recipe to incorporate those nutrients. So garlic is really great for you. Helps you when you're sick. Super potent flavor. I like to at least use 1 garlic clove. If you like spicy, you could add some jalapenos. At home, we like to do serrano peppers and a jalapeno in our chili. I'm taking my onions and rocking back and forth to get that nice fine dice. Just like we did for the taco potato, we're going to saute these onions down with our ground beef. And we're going to cook over medium heat until the beef is no longer pink. All right, so we're cooking those onions down in that fat from the beef. I like a lot of onion, so I'm going to incorporate that in there, break up my beef a bit. I got my other hot saucepan preheating right here. You always want to match your pan to the burner. This is a smaller pan, smaller burner, bigger pan, bigger burner. Gonna make sure that's getting nice and warm. Over here I'm going to mince up my garlic. So when you mince your garlic, you're going to take the clove. This is a clove. The bigger bulb is what you see in the grocery store. I'm going to take my clove and put my knife blade on top and just press down on that garlic. That helps release some flavor and helps you remove the outer layer. So that is removed. Sure that's all gone there. Garlic is really sticky, so I like to cut the top and the bottom off, and then from there you're just going to rock and chop back and forth until your garlic is minced. Minced is the smallest knife cut possible. Rock and chop back and forth, scrape. So the top of my knife is not moving, the bottom is moving in the shape of a U. And scrape the garlic off again. Again, it's really sticky. Rock and chop back and forth until it's finely minced. Add that to my beef and onion mixture. All right, so that's all the knife cuts I'm gonna be practicing today. But again, you can add jalapenos, serranos, you could add red pepper or green pepper, whatever you'd like to your chili. Everyone kind of has their own combination at home. All right, so that's cooking down. And then from there, I'm gonna add in my beans, tomatoes, and spices and bring those to a boil. So I have some salt here, a little bit of curry powder, chili powder, ground cumin, and garlic powder. So I'm gonna add that into a bowl just to combine those spices. And then I'm going to use half a can of chili beans and a half can of diced tomatoes. So I'll get those in my saute pan right here. And you can use other beans besides chili beans. When I'm at home, we do Great Northern beans, which are the white ones. You could also do kidney beans. You should have a can opener in drawer 6. And we're basically just going to warm up these beans and the tomatoes. Add in our seasonings. Again, this is small batch, so you're only going to use about half the can. Start stirring that together. All right, from there we can add our spices in. The more spices you add, the more flavor you're gonna build. And basically we're just going to heat that until it starts to simmer. Simmer are gonna be the little bubbles. Check on our ground beef, sauteing our onions, the ground beef, and the garlic together. If there is fat left over, you can drain that into a liquid measuring cup. Do not pour that down the drain. But as you can see in my pan, the fat's kind of been absorbed by those onions we've been sauteing and the garlic. So now I'm going to add in my beef, my onions, and my garlic into my beans and tomatoes here in this saucepan. All right, so I'm going to just incorporate that. I'll turn the burner off here. Incorporate that into that mixture. And again, you can use different beans at home. You can use different spices. Like I said, we like to do serrano and jalapenos as well. This is a very simple recipe that you can modify to fit your needs, your tastes. You can choose different proteins. So you're gonna let this simmer a bit, and then you're just gonna serve it in a bowl. You can serve it with some sour cream on the top, some cheese, and it's gonna look like that. All right, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in class.